Have you ever brushed off a small itch thinking, it's just dry skin, or maybe I brushed up against something? It happens to all of us. You notice a little spot on your arm, maybe behind your ear or on the back of your neck. It's red, maybe flaky. It itches a little, then it goes away, or so you think. But what if I told you that in some cases that small itchy spot could be one of the earliest warning signs of something far more serious? Now, I know that sounds alarming. And believe me, the goal here is not to scare you. It's to help you stay informed, aware, and in control of your health. Because after 60, our bodies start speaking to us in new ways. And the way we listen, that can make all the difference. You see, one of the most overlooked signs of skin cancer in seniors is a persistent, itchy patch. Not a painful one. Not even something that always bleeds or grows rapidly. Just a spot that doesn't quite go away. It may look like a patch of dry skin, or a little rash that lingers. And because it doesn't seem like a big deal, many older adults ignore it. Sometimes for months, even years. But here's the truth. Certain types of skin cancer, like squamous cell carcinoma, often start this way. And in people over 60, these cancers can be more aggressive if not caught early. The good news is, when spotted soon enough, they're very treatable. That's why we're having this conversation today, because your awareness can quite literally save your life or the life of someone you love. Let's talk about what to look for. It might be a spot that seems to heal and come back. Maybe it's rough to the touch or seems to scab over but never fully disappears. Perhaps it stings a little when you scratch it, or it's in a place that doesn't usually itch, like your scalp, the tops of your ears, or your chest. These aren't always easy to see, especially if you live alone or don't have someone to help check. But they matter. I once spoke with a gentleman in his early 70s who had a dry, reddish patch right above his eyebrow. He assumed it was just from his hat rubbing on his skin while gardening. But it didn't go away. After a gentle nudge from his daughter, he got it checked. And sure enough, it was skin cancer. Early stage, easily removed. No complications. He was lucky. But that luck came from paying attention and acting early. So what can you do? Start by checking your skin once a month. Use a mirror or ask a friend or family member to help. If you see something new, especially a spot that itches, bleeds, or just doesn't heal, don't wait. Call your doctor or dermatologist. It's always better to have it looked at and be told it's nothing than to assume it's nothing and find out later it was something. Now, I know how easy it is to put off these things. Life gets busy, or we tell ourselves we're just being dramatic. But when it comes to your health, especially after 60, every sign is a message, and it deserves to be heard. Now let's continue where we left off, because this next sign is one that many older adults overlook, especially if it doesn't hurt. I'm talking about a sore or bump that doesn't seem to go away. Maybe it's small, maybe it's shiny, almost like a little pearl under the skin. It might be pink, white, or even look slightly translucent. Sometimes it even has tiny blood vessels running through it. You might look at it and think, that's strange, but it's probably nothing. Here's the thing, our skin doesn't just randomly grow new spots for no reason, especially ones that hang around for weeks or months. A bump that looks like a pimple but doesn't heal, or a sore that crusts over but keeps coming back, can be one of the earliest signs of basal cell carcinoma, the most common type of skin cancer. And while it's not as dangerous as melanoma, if ignored, it can grow deeper and cause significant damage to the surrounding skin and tissue. I know of a woman in her late 60s who thought she had a stubborn bug bite on her shoulder. It bled occasionally, then scabbed, then bled again. She waited almost a year before seeing a dermatologist. When she finally did, the diagnosis was clear. It was skin cancer. They removed it, but the surgery was more invasive than it needed to be simply because it had been left too long. Her biggest regret? Not getting it checked when it first showed up. This isn't about panic. It's about power. The power to recognize what's normal for your body and what isn't. The power to speak up, to ask questions, and to take action. And it's not just about spots or sores. Let's talk about something that's even easier to miss. Changes in moles. Now I know most of us have had moles since we were kids. Some are flat, some are raised, some are tucked away in places we barely notice anymore. But if a mole starts to change shape, grow in size, or darken in color, especially if it becomes asymmetrical or starts itching or bleeding, pay attention. This is one of the most critical signs of melanoma, the deadliest form of skin cancer. And while it's less common than basal or squamous cell cancers, it's far more aggressive. Melanoma doesn't wait around. It spreads. But here's the silver lining. When caught early, it's also one of the most treatable. I understand it. Can feel uncomfortable to think about cancer. Many of us were raised to just tough it out, right? To avoid complaining, to keep moving forward no matter what. But this isn't about complaining. It's about advocating for yourself. Your skin is your largest organ, and it has a way of speaking to you. Sometimes it whispers, sometimes it shouts. You just have to be willing to listen. If you're unsure about something on your skin, take a photo of it and compare over time. Better yet, take that photo with you to your next checkup. Ask your doctor to take a look. Don't downplay it. Don't wait for it to get worse. Let your health team help you stay ahead of the curve. We're in a phase of life where prevention is our best medicine. You've worked hard, lived a full life, and now is the time to protect the years ahead. Because no itchy spot, no bump, no changing mole is worth ignoring. Not when your life and well-being are on the line. Now that we've looked at some of the more visible signs, let's shift focus just a bit. There's another symptom that often surprises people, not because it's hard to see, but because it shows up in a place most people wouldn't even think to check. Let's talk about one of the sneakiest places skin cancer can hide. The soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, even under your fingernails or toenails. I know, it sounds unusual, right? But it happens more often than you might think, especially in older adults. There's a specific type of melanoma, acral lentiginous melanoma, that tends to show up in these hidden areas. It might look like a dark streak under the nail, or a strange discoloration on the skin that doesn't go away. And because we don't usually inspect these parts of our body, it often goes unnoticed until it's more advanced. I once heard from a retired teacher who discovered a dark patch on the bottom of his foot. He thought it was a bruise from walking, barefoot on the deck. Weeks passed, then months. It didn't fade. It didn't hurt. It just stayed there. His doctor took one look and ordered a biopsy. Sure enough, it was melanoma. Thankfully, they caught it in time. But the moment that saved him wasn't the diagnosis. It was the decision to stop ignoring that little patch and ask, what if this isn't nothing? And that's really the heart of today's message. If you see something on your body that feels new, unusual, or just off, trust your instinct. You know your body better than anyone. And if something doesn't look right or feel right, that's reason enough to speak up. Let's not forget, our skin changes with age. We get age spots, dryness, wrinkles, these are all normal. But a spot that seems to break the pattern, one that acts differently or just won't go away, deserves your attention. It doesn't mean it's cancer, but it does mean it's worth checking. And here's where the motivation really kicks in. Catching these things early doesn't just improve your chances, it can completely change the outcome. A tiny biopsy now can save you from surgery, pain, or even danger down the line. That's not fear, it's empowerment. Because taking care of your skin is taking care of your life. I want you to picture the freedom of walking into your doctor's office, asking a question, and walking out with peace of mind. No guessing, no worrying, just the clarity that comes from being proactive. That's the kind of control you still have, no matter your age. So here's what I encourage you to do. Take 5 minutes today, just 5, and check your skin. Look at your arms, your legs, your back if you can. Use a mirror. Look between your toes, under your arms, behind your ears. Don't rush. Be curious. Be kind to yourself. You're not looking for flaws. You're looking for anything new, anything that doesn't belong. And if you find something, don't wait. Call your doctor. You're not wasting anyone's time. In fact, you're doing exactly what your doctor wants you to do. Catch it early, act early, live longer and healthier. You've come so far. You've raised families, built careers, lived through highs and lows. Now you deserve the best care and the fullest life possible. This is just one more way to claim that for yourself. And as you do, remember, you're not alone. Thousands of others are waking up to the power of paying attention, of taking small steps that lead to big results. You're part of that movement. You're leading it, so take that step today. And if this message resonated with you, even just a little, leave a comment below. Share your story. You never know who might be inspired by your words or helped by your experience. And if you found this video helpful, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe to the channel for more real practical advice that keeps you living strong, healthy, and confident at any age.